Shared kernel. My name is Zaidera from Kodarasa. Today we're going to look at shared kernel. Sharing is caring. This is where two or more teams designate a subset of the domain model that they agree to share. So what exactly do they share? They can share a subset of the model, they can share a subset of the code, and they can also share a subset of the database design associated with the model that they're sharing, of course. So in this scenario, for instance, if you have three teams, they're all sharing the same thing, they're all making changes together. If we need to make changes, for instance, I am team A and I need to make changes, I need to consult with the other teams to make those changes. I don't just get to make them at within my team. However, later on we'll see how we can counter that. Sharing forms interdependency, which can be a great add-on, or of course it can be a nuisance. Sharing does form a situation where you have interdependency, and this can be a great thing, an add-on to the teams where we don't have to do this. We can use this common data. Everyone doesn't have to create their own thing. So it's an add-on in that case, but it can also introduce a nuisance because you're now having to work with different teams and now sharing this set of, it's more work trying to manage data not only within your team but also with other people from other teams. That's an added extra issue. For instance, here we have a case where student is being shared. This shared student model, like some data on the student, is being shared by the teacher bounded context maybe, or the teacher team, a library bounded context, a classroom. They all need some facet of this student. It is their job to keep it uniformly clean, to keep it reliable all the time, because these three different teams maybe need it for different purposes, but they all do need it. So they come together and try to work together for that common goal in this scenario. So how do we ensure we do shared kernel successfully? It will come with its ups and downs. We need to be very clear on the subset of the domain we are willing to share. We don't have to share everything, we just maybe need to share a very small part of it. Being very clear on that part is very crucial, because then we don't have to now try to manage things that we didn't really need to manage in the first place. Of course, now that will make it less of an issue, less of a nuisance in this scenario. Another way of managing it, another way of ensuring we're successful when using shared kernel is ensuring the kernel is very small. We can also ensure constant consultation with each other every time we need to make changes or on changes that have been made. Having a continuous integration process also ensures that everything is as expected all the time. Every time some changes are made, it can still check that we have everything as needed, as expected, and exactly that way. Of course, now you'll feel as a team inhibited every time you make changes, and maybe they are not really impacting the other people in the other teams. So what you can do in this scenario is have copies on your own, like within the different teams, have a copy of now this shared kernel, make changes on it, and then the next time you have a meeting, maybe have intervals where you meet and then actually update it, like bring it up with the other team so that you can now update the shared kernel to have these changes that you have on your copy. The sooner you bring this up, the better. If you maybe have team meetings weekly, you can make sure you have maybe bi-weekly team meetings between the three teams, the four, or whatever the number of teams you have, but have some sort of frequency that ensures that you are keeping yourselves updated with all the changes that are happening. There's no team that will feel crossed or find that something happened without them being aware or being prepared for. Ideally, the sooner both teams talk about the changes, the better. And that's it on Shared Kernel. I am Waidera from Kodarasa. Bye.